Hi, this is a quick tutorial on how to use the Speedrun Rescue Script. First, you have to go onto the GitHub repository. If you haven't found your way there, there's a link also in the description. Now there's a very detailed explanation and manual on how to use the program. If you're ever unsure on how something works, you can go and read through this. This tutorial will only cover how to use this tool on Windows. If you're using another operating system, you have to use the command line setup that you will find described below. First, we have to download the program. You can do that by pressing on this here, and then on the zip file. We have to unpack the zip file and its contents. I prepared a folder for that. Now I go and unpack everything. Now it's time to configure the program before we start it. There are a lot of options to cover here. The first thing we want to do is to decide if we want to save runs from a leaderboard or from a single user. I want to save runs from the head and time speedrunner NU. You can find the username of someone in the URL just here. Or if you know it by heart, you can also just type it in. I'll type it in. I delete the game configuration as it's not needed right now, as we're saving a user. For a user, we also didn't need the Twitch configuration. Therefore, I'll come back to this at a later point. Now, the next option is where we can actually store the videos. For that, I will go and create a new folder called videos. I'll go in here and I copy, paste the path. The next option, as explained, is a toggle if you want to download the videos. If you say no, you still get a document that lists all the Twitch highlights that are found. Note, this happens either way. You're just not downloading the videos. I'll keep it on. The next setting is changing if I only want to save runs that are at risk. So, if a person has more than 100 hours of highlights and I enable this, only those runs that are at risk of deletion will be considered. I don't have the Twitch integration set up right now, so I'll leave it out. Next, I want to specify the video quality. You can specify a specific resolution you want to download the runs in. I personally don't have that much space on my hard drive, so I decided on 360. All the options can also be found on the GitHub repository. Specifically, find it here. That is much more in detail explained. You can also just leave it at best if you want to just download at the best possible resolution. The next option is if you want to ignore links in the description. There are some runs that do have Twitch highlights in the URLs in the run description. You can write here true or false. If you turn the setting to false, it will also save runs that have a Twitch URL in the run description. Turning the setting to true means those will be ignored. I'll leave it at that. Next, we have the Save Only PBs option. This option is only for individual users right now and not for leaderboards. If you just want to save PBs, you can do it this way. I want to save all runs from NO, therefore I'll leave the setting on false. The last setting is the amount of concurrent video fragments that are downloaded at the same time. If you increase this number, it means it will download more of the video at the same time, but it will increase the load on both your internet connection and your processor. I'll increase it to 10. I have a pretty good internet connection and my PC is very powerful. I'll save everything. And with this all set up, let's run the tool. For that, I'll just click on this file. This will take a second. Don't worry about it. It will first start to fetch all the runs and do the processing in the background and prepare all the video download. And now it starts the download. As you can see, it downloads it quite fast. But sometimes there is the case of you actually having to leave your PC because you're going to work, or maybe you have to sleep, or maybe there's another reason, or maybe you just need your internet connection right. That is not a problem because you can always just decide on stopping the program altogether. If I don't want to continue the download, I can go and close this program at any point. It will continue right off where I left it. Alright, I closed the program and I'm going to restart it now. I finished downloading one file, and now the program will tell me, hey, there's a remaining download file that has been found. Do you want to continue the download? If I say yes, it just continues right off where it left off. As you see, it continues to download the next video file. Next, I'm going to show you how to save a whole leaderboard instead. That we need to reconfigure the whole program and open up the configuration file. In there, I don't need the username anymore because we're saving now a leaderboard. I need the game abbreviation. You can find it again on the speedrun.com webpage. You look at the URL. This is the abbreviation, so it's a hit. Once again, open up my configuration file and type in hit, save. Next, we need to configure the Twitch integration. For that, there's a couple of things we need to do. First of all, those are commons. The hash symbol. If you remove them, you have them now as a configuration. Next, we need to get our app ID and app secret. For that, we need to register an application on the Twitch developer portal. You can do that by opening up the website. You can find the link in the description. Once you're logged in, you can press your console to open up the developer portal. I'm sorry, mine is German. In here, there are a couple of buttons. You want to click on the button called Application. Then we need to create an application. This is now where we actually give a name to the application. I call it Add in Time Speedrun Saving. You can take any name you want. Next, I need this URL. This URL is going to be pasted in. Following that, I need to set up a category. This is an analytics tool, and the client type is confidential. So now I'm going to register this application. Next up, it shows up in my console. I can click on configuration, and in here I see the client ID. So I'm going to go and copy paste the client ID here. And next I need the secret. I click on this button to generate a new secret. And don't worry trying to copy paste this. This application is going to be deleted once this video is done uploading. So now with my app ID and my app secret copy paste like this, I can save it. I think I'll leave the settings all like that. They are fine. So now I can rerun the program. Now open it up and see what happens. This will take a moment because now it is downloading all the data from the speedrun.com leaderboards and is later on doing the Twitch record. So don't worry if this takes a minute. And with that, it will now continue to download all the runs from the leaderboard that are a Twitch highlight. You've seen it also skips dead URLs and removes them from the list. I hope this tutorial is helpful for you and that this tool can help you or your community back up all the runs so that history is not lost.